Welcome back to today's aviation news recap. In this video, I take a look at a new aircraft order. Emirates has made a pretty big announcement regarding its future, and Virgin Australia, well, they're suspending a route because of issues with their aircraft. And that's where I want to begin today's proceedings. Virgin Australia has formally announced service suspension between Adelaide and Bali amid ongoing 737 MAX delivery delays. Shock horror there. It is very much a reoccurring theme. Service suspension is expected to be effective immediately through June the 9th, 2024 at the earliest. Of course, this date is subject to change, permitting when these planes can be delivered. The carrier is being forced to cut the route from its network because of what it says is ongoing delays in acquiring 10 new Boeing jets from the MAX family. Ultimately, while Virgin Australia will work with impacted travellers, those booked on this existing flight will now be forced to travel through other ports. So as a result, total journey time will increase substantially because you will require a transfer through other cities, such as Melbourne and/or Brisbane, maybe even Sydney. Virgin Australia must manage the effects, though, of the 737 MAX delays, and this includes making harsh yet needed route adjustments wherever necessary. The Australian airline has apologised for the negative effect that would be felt on its customers, but reaffirmed its stance that this is only an essential move, and it wouldn't have done it if it didn't absolutely have to. Virgin Australia also must realise that further time out of the Adelaide to Bali market will allow competitor in the sector, Jetstar, to jump ahead, who have already committed in sheer numbers to the route, offering routine service to Bali, which is a very popular holiday destination for Australians. Virgin Australia, though, isn't the only airline being impacted by delivery delays. Take a look on the channel in the last week. Maybe you've been tuning into every video, but if you haven't, which is totally fine, I'll catch you up. Pretty much every airline that is expecting to welcome in jets from Boeing is having to readjust its forecast. They're facing something very similar and also therefore making adjustments to their network, and in some cases, these airlines are even being forced to adjust their order book to mitigate the losses wherever possible. United Airlines are one of the perfect examples. They only recently announced plans to lease A321neo aircraft to cover for delayed 737-10 jets. Additionally, the company converted orders for the uncertified 737-10 to other approved aircraft in the MAX series. Delivery delays are spurred on by an increased focus and thus pressure on Boeing and its means of producing aircraft. Regulators like the Federal Aviation Administration have only recently begun watching over Boeing closely. This is a move that ensures that the safety and quality of aircraft that are being produced are of the highest standard, which has been lacking of late. Like United Airlines, Virgin will also face significant delays in obtaining 737-10s. However, unlike acquiring the 737-8, which is certified, there is a complete lack of understanding of when these -10s will actually arrive. Virgin says that this could take place in 2026 at the earliest. But again, these are just forecasts, and for a plane that ultimately is yet to be approved, it is hard to get a firm idea and understanding. The shuffling of a network and fleet is just far from optimal for the airline, but it's something it needs to do. And in a worst case, it's now also being forced to delay the retirement of older aircraft that are also less efficient, because it can't get these planes when it needs them. And now I move over to Emirates, who have announced formal plans to depart Dubai International by 2034 and transition towards Dubai World Central, the airport that has been an important location for Emirates since opening over a decade ago has been home primarily to freighter operations. However, as part of an unveiling of a massive new project, Emirates will see 5 parallel runways and 400 aircraft gates to create a mega airport. The expansion will see 260 million passengers move through 5 terminals annually. Dubai World Central will become the sole international hub of Dubai, with an AED 128 billion expansion and investment into the facilities. Obviously just some pocket change there, but it will also be hugely important for the Dubai South precinct as the city is moved around this airport with millions of people to follow, as well as all your subsequent infrastructure. Dubai International has long acted as an important hub for Emirates. However, once this upgrade to Dubai World Central is completed, it will just be a small 5 times the size. Yep, 5 times. Emirates says it has closely watched the growth in Dubai and believes the development of this airport will be key in its long-term success. Really what they are labeling this upgrade as an airport for future generations. High-quality renderings were unveiled as part of the announcement, which reveals one of the more jaw-dropping airport designs of the modern era. Slated to be an airport that, like I said, will serve future generation, artists' impressions of the airport bring nature inside, with a lot of greenery. Additionally, you see swooping ceilings with large open spaces. Emirates and relevant parties want to ensure that the airport is a leader in the Middle East and for the broader world, and the high price tag certainly indicates that the ambition is clear to create a true megastructure for what would be not the first time in the region. Over the next decade, the growth in the Middle East is going to be incredibly competitive and fascinating to watch. We see that in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and others who are looking to attract people more so for stays rather than stopovers. As a result, we're seeing these huge investments be made into new entertainment districts with a general view of boosting the economy. You can let me know your thoughts on that airport down below, but onto the last story. Air China says it'll purchase up to 100 of the COMAC C919 jets as part of a new filing by the Chinese-based company. In another sign of support for the Chinese manufacturer, these aircraft are expected to be delivered between 2024 and 2031. The deal at list price value is worth USD 10.8 billion, but I'm sure, as you can probably imagine, given the close relationship between the pair and obviously their similar geographical positioning among much more, there were probably hefty discounts, and it's unclear just how much they actually paid. Air China hopes that through this purchase, it'll be able to optimize its fleet structure and ensure long-term security in the market. The COMAC jets are expected to boost fleet capacity considerably and allow for the general streamlining of that short to medium haul network. COMAC has actually enjoyed some pretty significant orders from Chinese customers, such as Air China. However, it has been away from the Chinese market, where it has definitely struggled to break through. The manufacturer hoped to build an aircraft that would compete with the A320neo and Boeing 737 MAX series, but despite the capabilities on offer, the COMAC aircraft have certainly received pushback from analysts and onlookers who doubt the capabilities of the aircraft and doubt whether it will ever be a success past China and closely located markets. That's going to conclude today's aviation news recap. If you've got any thoughts, you know the best place to leave them is down below in the comments. Thank you very much. As always, I hope you're taking care and also being safe. If you just so happen to be new to the channel, or maybe you're a returning viewer that is unsubscribed, feel free to click that button. It helps the channel and certainly means a lot. Take care, be safe. I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow for your latest industry news. And we'll fly.